Hey gamers, what's up? Muzz here from L1 Games with a video for you once again. About a month ago, I asked you for questions and I said I would do a video with answers, and this is that video. So let's jump right into it. TMD121 asks, years ago, you bought out a bunch of other games and DVDs and were tossing around the idea of a second store. What happened on that venture? And Witch's Kid said, yes, answer this. So this is for both of you guys. I did at one point consider opening a second store. With everything I do with the Columbus Toy Show and CTS Promotions and Nerdco and the store, I can't do it. It's just too much. I don't want to spread myself that thin. I have a personal life, I have a social life, and I mean, I don't know. I think part of living is taking advantage of the time you have. I don't want to be 70 years old before I finally have the time to hang out with my friends or anything. So yeah, I decided just to keep the one store open, and I don't think that's something I ever want to get into. In fact, if anything, I would probably quote unquote retire from this business and just do the other things exclusively before I opened up another store or tried to open up a chain of stores. It's just not for me. I don't want to do that to myself. I like the idea of having quality control, of being here at the store, being in on everything, looking at every item, cleaning and testing every console. Just the idea of trying to branch out and do multiple stores, I'm too hands-on, I'm too much a micromanager, and I just don't think it would work. So I don't think that's something I'm interested in doing. Tire Tracks asks, we all have our best memories in retro gaming. If you could pick one moment in your retro gaming years, what was that best moment for you? And what in particular happened? Also, how did you come up with the name Level 1 Games? I guess my first retro memory, my most significant retro memory, and what molded me as a gamer today would be my humble beginnings on the Atari 2600. When I was a kid, we were pretty poor, and there was a time we had to stay with my aunt for a while, and they had an Atari 2600. That was the first time I ever sat down and played one. They had Adventure on the 2600. I mean, I made something move on the TV using the controller. It was something I had never done before. It was something I hadn't seen on TV or watched a friend do. It was a totally new experience to me. It was so amazing that I was just completely blown away by it. That year for Christmas, my aunt and uncle gave my mom and dad their Atari 2600 gift to me for Christmas. So it was a super special gift. It's a super special moment in my history, and it's one just like that totally, I mean, it's the reason I am here today doing what I do. As for the name Level 1 Games, well, it goes back to the beginning. I started off at the flea market using the Gamer's Haven. When I opened up my first full-time retail store, I couldn't use that name when I filed for my LLC. So I ended up using Haven Games. And I had a lot of problems with that. People don't know how to read the word Haven. It's just a sad fact. Heaven Games, Haven Games. I got Haven Games a lot. Heavens Games, just all the weirdest things, and no one would say Haven. So eventually, when I was getting geared up to move to Latimer and Hilliard, I decided to change the name to Level 1 Games. And I did that because it's just Level 1 is so synonymous with gaming. Where does every game start? On Level 1, and it just seemed like an appropriate name. Gaming starts at Level 1, I like it. So I used it, and I figured it was something everyone could read. I'm even considering now doing another DBA. See, I still have Haven Games, and what I did was I added a DBA to it to operate under the name Level 1 Games. So I'm thinking of doing another one and simplifying it down to L1 Games, just changing the name of the store to L1 Games and making a new sign that says L1 Games. So just something I'm considering doing, but that's how the name came about. Shavo BYOB4 asked, what is the marketing strategy for your store? Do you buy ad space, word of mouth, etc.? And how has it changed throughout the years? I'm going to be straight with you. I don't pay for advertising. I never have. I do some things for local schools, for Hilliard schools here. I just finished doing a program for their performance of Mamma Mia, and I get ad space for that. I did all the design work for their program, and sometimes I'll donate consoles to tournaments or whatever. So that sort of thing is really about the only form of advertising I do. I have the YouTube channel here and Twitter, and it just seems like a lot of people, mainly through word of mouth, find out about my store and come and check me out. I guess some people see it on like Google reviews and stuff, but that's really about it. I've always counted on people being happy when they leave here, and in turn telling their friends and people coming back. And that's worked for me pretty well over the years, so that's what I do. Brett Barney asks, what do you like to collect for? What are your favorite things to see come in the store? I love to collect Sega Disk System games. So Dreamcast, Saturn, Sega CD, love collecting those, and I absolutely love the 3DO. Those are among some of my favorite consoles of all time. My Saturn collection is definitely my pride and joy, and I really just, there's something about those games that I've always enjoyed collecting over most other games, especially systems that were sold in greater numbers. I've always been one to support the underdog, so I still do that in my collecting. And that's also the stuff I love seeing coming in the door of the store. You know, there's a certain personal aspect to what I do where when I see something I love coming to the store, it brings me pride. I love to have it. I love to have it on the shelf here. When I bought that giant 3DO collection, people came just because they saw the video from it. I mean, it was just so excellent. I freaked out over that stuff and I loved it. So basically, the stuff I love most to collect is the stuff I love to see come through the door. And lastly, Games from the Grave asked, what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? Well, that's an easy one, guys. As Deep Thought told us, it's the...
People of Earth, this is Prostetnik Vogon Jeltz of the Galactic Hyperspace Planning Council. As you are probably aware, plans for the development of the outlying regions of the galaxy involve the building of the Hyperspace Express route through your star system. And your planet is one of those scheduled for demolition. There's no point acting all surprised about it. The plans and demolition orders have been on display at a local planning office in Alpha Centauri for 50 Earth years.
Guys, I gotta grab my towel and get out of here. I'll catch y'all later.
A pathetic bloody planet.
Hey guys, apparently that was a misunderstanding. The Volgons have the wrong planet. No reason to be alarmed. No reason to be alarmed. Sorry about that. I did want to come back and thank you all for watching my video and tell you to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon so you get updates for future videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at L1Games. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.